Hello.
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 Love, Rai, come back.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Pen.
Noobs.
As per usual, I'm Ryan.
I'm
And
Jika.
yes, and for today's episode, we're going to celebrate something very special because what's the reason again, Jika?
I have my wine out because we're celebrating our 1 year anniversary in 4 hours.
4 hours. Oh my gosh. So that's why I also brought up something.
Chuhai!
Is that what you call it?
I think
I just know it's
so.
like peach,
It's a
whatever.
peach highball from Japan.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Is peach pink? Is this pink?
Peach? Ash pink? Let's make it pink for a good
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. I'm colorblind, so I'll say it's pink. Oh, your drink is pink.
My pink
Your
is pink. It's all pink.
pink is pink.
All the way till election season, I will be pink.
Yeah. So we're celebrating a lot of things actually. Well, for one, it's an anniversary, and also we do have stories to tell and new stories to write like in the future. And I'll share you all about these things. But it's really more of just us catching up, because as you know, the Pen Noobs podcast really started with us just catching up, and Jika and I would just spend an hour or two just rambling, talking pointless things, but we feel are very enriching.
Mhm.
Or, it's open to interpretation. Some people would say that our conversations are pointless, but if you are into fountain pen stationaries, you would find this interesting. And we will do our best to not digress to skincare around, because we know that in the previous episode we kind of did. And
Still like
maybe,
that episode though, and we got a lot of feedback on that one. But yeah, guys, we're back. The last episode released late February. We're past the 28th now. It's the 29th. So we've been gone for around a month. Things have gotten busy, way busy, pretty much similar to, yeah, like we don't have enough words for it, but yeah, we're kind of tired. But the circumstances that we found ourselves in when the podcast started last year are actually pretty similar to the circumstances that we're starting with this anniversary episode as well. We just came from Hell Week at work, so we're pretty much swamped. But as promised, we have at least one episode for you guys where we get to catch up with you. But I mean, more directly, I get to catch up with Ryan, and Ryan gets to catch up with me because we haven't exactly talked in
yeah,
the past month either.
like we work together, but like we don't talk. Like we talk like, oh, this submit, or like this, oh, we need this, we need that. But like,
Yeah.
or I just get to share with you like memes or like photos, or like, look at this bag, look at this pen, look at this bag, look at this ink, look at this meme. Like, this is it. Like we just laugh, and then like, okay, we go back to this existential. No, it's not really existential crisis, but it's more like just go back to this, this existential dread that we're because of the workload.
Yeah, it's been really stressful, but we don't want to dwell on that, of course. We're here to meet up, to not dwell on that and talk about, the pen stuff, the stationery stuff, the mindfulness, scrapbooky, crafty, name it what you will stuff that we've always loved talking about with each other and with you guys. So, to get right to it, because it's anniversaries, we must cheer again. Cheers. Have you opened your drink yet?
Yeah, it's been open. Like I cheated. Yeah.
Sing.
Here,
Cheers.
pink. That's pink.
Yeah. And I mean, the episode's not gonna be structured. We're just gonna like shoot the with each other. And I guess it's really just about maybe talking about our highlights, the things that we want to leave behind, the things that we look forward to for the Pen Moves podcast in the upcoming year. So let's get started. Orion, highlights.
Okay,
Or actually,
highlight. Maybe
highlights or like something that you want to leave behind or something that you're looking forward to about the podcast or podcast related.
it's like we're gonna answer all three questions then.
In any order.
In any order. But probably we can start off first with the highlights. I think, looking back after a year of doing like the Pen Noobs podcast, I can't believe we did all of that coordination, connecting with different fountain pen stationery enthusiasts. Although we haven't connected with a lot of people yet, but it was a good attempt. It's just that, as you would notice, as the months went by, we weren't able to really invite more people because when we prepared our calendar, it was way in advance, like 6 months planning. But like the last 6 months weren't fully planned. We were like, oh, we'll just figure it out. And so maybe something to look forward to is that in the second season, yes, claiming it, second season of the Penguins podcast, we will make it more. I would say we would plan further, like the people we're going to invite, and we might explore doing a bit more of like bite-sized episodes to make it more. I would say for some people, I noticed that they would tell me that they prefer shorter episodes, and some people would say they want longer ones. So we'll try to vary like the length of the episode. I think that's gonna make it also fun and exciting. Short and long, short
Speaking
and long.
of, I get it. Because, like, you know how all of our episodes are hinged on both of us or more than both of us being present. And I realized that the short form episode format could be helpful because you've known ever since the start that I've wanted to talk about noobs of note, like the Mark Twains
Yeah.
and maybe the founder of Mont Blanc. Someone's calling on Messenger, ignore that. But like the small people, small quote unquote people who are significant in the pen community, and are just like maybe that could be my mini project for shorter episodes, and like maybe you could think up of your own, especially with the new things that are coming our way and the new things and places that we're gonna be at, right?
Right, exactly. So 2022 will be an exciting time for the both of us because Jika and I will be venturing out and like exploring new things this time around. We can't really share much of the details yet, but in line with that kind of change in environment and also change in like work schedule and like work structure, we will do our best to be more, I wouldn't say present, but like we would be more active. We do guarantee you guys we will be more active in the hobby because work can just, it's just work there. But yes, we are looking forward to new content. Like, so yeah, Jika will be doing her thing and I'll also contribute mine, which I'm yet to figure out. But I do have things already like in the drawing board, which will be shared in the future. So yes, looking forward to new stuff. We're gonna shake it up a bit. We're gonna make it a bit different. The first run of the Penums podcast was really all about experimentation, but also sticking to what is safe, or like a format. And maybe in the
Yeah.
next, we're gonna make it, more exciting.
What is
Yeah.
our format?
Well,
What is our format?
step one. Welcome. This is another episode of Pen News. Step two, new discovery. Step three, Q&A.
That's true. We do have a format, but we kind of like fell into it. So
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily planned. A lot of the things that we do aren't necessarily planned. Like we only have guides whenever we have the not so noobs episodes or like when we have our pen friends over. But other than that, we're misguided. Joke lang, hindi. We're not misguided. We're generally guided by our ideas and our priorities at a given time. Like right now when we're celebrating in an unstructured way. So there's that.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's the first one. So the one, leave behind.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really want to leave behind anything. Of course, material things sometimes you have to leave things behind, but I like to think that everything I've learned so far, I'll bring it with me. The intangible ones, I'll bring it with me, but the tangible ones, I don't know. I really do have to cut down on my collection, to be honest, because as I'll be moving to a different country soon. Yeah, so there, I kind of spilled it already. And so as I move forward, I'll have to leave behind certain things. So maybe you might find some of those things in the fountain pen palenque in Facebook for those in the Philippines. You'll get to find some of my notebooks or journals, leather covers, usually leather covers or covers for Hobonichi, and then maybe a couple of fountain pens and inks, bottles of inks for sure, because I can't bring all of them. Yeah, and so that's something that's also you're gonna look forward to is that there will be more perspectives because Jika and I will be, in different places, and so the kind of perspective we could bring is going to be different, and maybe the kind of pens, stationaries that I get to share will be different this time around because I have access to other stuff. So yeah, that's something that's going to be very exciting. There.
Let me just interject to say that I am looking forward to separate distance-wise content, but I'm more than looking forward to being like hanging out with you in your new place.
Yes, yes, yes.
Really pen noobing together because yeah, travel is very important. So
Yeah.
that.
How about for you? What are you looking forward to? What are your highlights, and also what do you want to leave behind?
In any comedy
Highlights. I think I talked about this in the in the mid-year check-in, where I think the highlights is really just getting to talk to the not so noobs in the community, and I really 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 miss that. Like you guys might have noticed that in the last few episodes it's just Ryan and me. It's really because in the build up to Hell Weeks we it's kind of difficult to PR, and as introverts it's doubly difficult to PR. So there's the challenge, but that's always the highlight because it's inevitable then that when you meet a not so noob like David of Figuron Pen, CY, Abby, and everyone that we've talked to, and Harry and Ronan and everyone. I could just keep dropping the names. Like I always come away having learned something new, no matter how big or how small. And that was really something important to me because I mean, like if we were to create maybe a vision, mission, and objective. Wow. Like I don't know, this VMO for the podcast, it's really that, our thrust is about noobishness, being an unabashed noob at something. And up to this day, I mean, like, there are so many noobish things that I'm still doing and learning about. And honestly, guys, I mean, let me just admit the truth. As to the last month or so, I haven't journaled since February. It's just been that bad. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Speechless.
I haven't journaled. It's not because I don't want to, it's because it's just too painful. Like to have to like add it into the day. And even that is such a noobish experience where like I want to do something, but I can't do it because I'm just that swamped, or I'm just like I have to admit that sometimes I'm really just not okay.
And
I've been leather working.
which is
Okay,
still
what's more about it? Show it to us. Like, make us experience that leather goodness.
highlights. And I hope you stay till the last part of the episode because we're going to be talking about the giveaway. But whatchamacallit, I mean, I haven't been journaling, but I've been using a hammer to vent out all my frustrations on the hides of dead animals.
Ooh, that sounds very sexy.
Yeah, I know. And I've been making everything. I mean, I might not be journaling, but I'm learning something still journaling and pen related, which is still wow, Jika, you're staying in the community with this hobby. But whatchamacallit, I made everything from the prototype. So here's one. I mean, it's not the cleanest. Ta-da! So it how do you say it? It's largely inspired by all the pen cases that are out there that I love. Like, come on, it's got a bit of Galen leather, a bit of shibui, a bit of Block 77 flavor. And you've seen the samples, the bigger versions on our Instagram page. And yeah, this is what it looks like. Made it from scratch. You've got the pull out thing. It's a bit snug right now, but like still works. So I made one. There are 3 pieces right now. Took me, I think, 5 days from start to finish. I do one thing every day. Like I cut the leather on one day. I'd mark and prep the leather for the second day, third, and then like just keep stitching all the way. This one's Ryan's, the black one with the blue stitches, because it's his 2 favorite colors.
You know me too well.
So it's black. Pull out there. It's adjustable. Yeah. And then this one, the one I showed you a while ago, the brown one with the green threads. Eunice, if you're listening, this is yours.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
And then we are going to give away what I would like to call the kulay rosas ang bukas one.
Oh, pretty. That's
This is the kakampink, or like my little contribution to whoever is a fan or is voting for, Manay Lenny Robredo. Just as you and I are, Ryan. All the way. The threads are pink. It's in undyed leather. And this was the hardest to make, at least, because apparently leather has different thicknesses and makes that I was not prepared for. Also, when you make this one, because it's undyed, apparently your hands have to be clean
yes.
while you're making it. So to whoever gets this, it's not perfect. It's still a prototype, but I think that since it is my first one and my first undyed, it's still kind of like a win. Please take care of it. Yeah, and that's my highlight. Okay, that was weird. That was not structured at all. My highlight, in summary, refers to having learned from not so noobs, and also having learned that at times of weaknesses, the community, okay, and the pen hobby still pulls up to make me feel better. At least in this case, in the form of leatherworking. Amen.
Amen. Anything you want to leave behind?
Not having enough money.
Well, that's something that's difficult.
That's something that's difficult given our current circumstances, called moving on.
So yeah, something that I might want to leave behind in the Pen Noobs podcast. I just want to have a set and consistent date for releases, and this is my doing, because there are really just weekends where I'm like, F it. I'm gonna take care of me today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I mean, we all deserve to have that me time.
Yeah, but I also want a bit of consistency, because admittedly, if you look, we have a dedicated base, which is great. I love it. But I think that even the dedicated base can become impatient. Maybe that's not the best word. It's like maybe, alam mo yun, I'm trying to also keep consistent so that we can keep the momentum with our audience as well. And I think that establishing a more consistent date of of publication will be really helpful with that. Also, something maybe to leave behind is I don't know. It's weird because what I want to leave behind is just like directly related to the stuff that I want to do next year, which is like have a set date of release, have minis, and also the other one. And also, I just want to post more on Instagram, because it's not like we're not doing anything. It's not like the hobby doesn't consume us, or at least pops up in our mind on a daily basis. It's just that, I don't know, for some odd reason, life gets in the way of the fun that this podcast is. Am I making sense?
Yeah, totally.
So
Yeah.
the stuff I want to leave behind is directly related to the stuff that I look forward to in season 2. Yeah.
Did you make any changes with your planners? Like not even mid-year yet. It's like quarter year, mid.
Yeah, in April. It's the fourth month, right? No,
Yeah.
I haven't even like I think the stress of work has really made me not touch my work planner. I haven't touched it since the first month, since January. It's
Okay.
a cause of trauma. I'm sorry.
I really am sorry. But
No,
yeah.
it's perfectly fine. Oh my goodness. I have to tell you though, my springs, my Hobonichi, this one, the spring, it's done.
What, you finished it? Oh nga no.
Done.
You
It's
used it
already
for a whole year. I'm so proud of you.
here. So yeah, now I'm in a planner crisis because I'm trying to figure out if I will be using Hobonichi weeks again. Oh my goodness, imagine. I've been talking about, oh, I'm going to use Hobonichi weeks next year. And then now I'm like in a planner crisis. But
But
yes, I did it again. Like I pulled the trigger and bought a planner set that I'm going to use for my new work. So yeah, there. Had to say it. But I also made changes with some of my stuff. So I hope you don't mind if I like share it. I don't have a vlog yet or like a channel where I do like show people what I do have. But I think in the short video that we Jika and I posted on Instagram, I talked about my personal planner. So yeah, I've moved to um, the passport size of traveler's notebook. Weirdly, I fell in love again with traveler's notebook. And I ended up buying these brass tags. I found a shop on Shopee.
Mm-hmm.
That's and then I also have a bunch of these like bookmarks. So yeah, that's so obsessed. And then not only did I just make one or like prepared one, but I modified three of them. Like these are my travelers, and they're all like modified. This is like for my notes.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made a notebook just for learning. Yeah. Then I made a notebook for production. Yes. So I will take our pen noobs seriously in the second run. And that's why I have a production notebook which has calendar for 2022, just the monthly for me to plan what's gonna happen. And yeah, so 29 Shoot Pen Noobs podcast episode, 8 p.m.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. We have
And
to
then a bunch
pencil book a date for when we're
of
gonna meet up and do a staycation and do actual like recording together before you leave.
yeah. So there, I did this. This is like a production one, and also I do have plans of like, I've been telling Jika that I've always wanted to create. I wanted to do vlogging also, but I don't want to talk. Like it's a different treatment. Like it's gonna be very relaxing. It's just gonna be like a study with me, work with me kind of video. But I'm gonna walk you through the stationaries I have. So yes, hopefully that will come into fruition once I figure out what tools I'll be needing in order to make that happen. And yeah, the last TN I have is this one. So this is for so I have a thing with Stoic philosophy, I would say. I have this thing with not being too affected with what's happening in the world around me. And I do like the reflections found in the books of Marcus Aurelius and other meditation books. So yeah. So there. So this is a journal that I'm using. Yes, this is not a journal for like, oh, today this is what I did, today this is what I did, blah blah blah. But this is more of like reflecting on stuff like, oh, let's try to take a look at some of the reflections here. Like
Ah,
um,
yes.
questions about like self deception is our enemy. How you become overly confident, and then there are quotes here, and then I reflect on the quotes from the guided meditation readings. Yeah. So yeah, but it's not a pressure. It's not don't feel pressured to write because it's not like I have to do it every day compared to the dated one, which is the journal. I
Mm.
feel do it every day. So there, that's what happened. I did mention I don't want to do TN now, and then bam, I'm back to TN. So it's really a process. I've been watching also like people talking about their journey with stationaries, and sometimes it's really you fall in love 1 month and then the next month you want to change, and so I do think it's a normal thing that people go through
Mm-hmm.
where you set your mind already for a stationary and then you make changes along the way. And I think we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves because I think we've talked about it like in the previous episode. We shouldn't be too hard on ourselves when it comes to the stationaries we use, because at the end of the day it's for you to use. Like if you don't feel happy, you don't find joy in it, then change it up. If it works for you, then do it. So yeah, that's it. That's it.
Like my return to Shimmer Inks in the past few months. I'm like, what?
Oh my
How am I
god.
back to Shimmer? But I am, and I have no regrets. So yeah, and how do you call it? I'm pretty happy with my decision. You're a different person every day that you wake up anyway, despite of the consistencies of your character. And the journaling and all the pen noobs podcasting has, like, I think the other day, sorry to digress, or this is related, trust me, like, because we haven't been recording episodes, so what I do is I go on our page or I go on our YouTube and then just check stuff, look around. And then when you go on YouTube, the first thing that you see, and it auto plays, is our first video. And I know that it's just been around, yeah, it's been 12 months exactly in a few hours. And it's just, I am quite weirded out, but really proud of like where we came from all the way to this first year. And this is not even like speaking about like, oh, this is gonna be a big project. It's just gonna be something that Ryan and I do because we love. And like when I looked at that first episode, and then I was just like thinking about how we are now, at least recently. I'm just really happy that things haven't exactly changed and that for some odd reason we managed to do this.
True.
Like,
Actually,
We don't have to do this. I mean, what podcaster needs to do this, especially in the Philippines, where more often than not, you're not paid for podcasting, right? Right. But we don't need to do this. It's expensive. It's expensive. It's an added thing on the list of stuff that we have to do, but it's amazing that we've continued, and that our audience is consistent, and that we've met with so many people digitally or otherwise physically, and I'm just amazed because like 12 months ago my hair was black, it was short, I had
yeah.
like, I don't know, I had 12 pens or less. um I didn't exactly have planner plans at that time, and like it's, I don't know, I'm just in awe. I'm just really in awe that we made it this far. And this is not to put like an end to things. It's really just like to face the scale of this small thing that we started with I was gonna say a few years back. It already feels that long. Yeah.
Few months back. Oh, yeah, you've mentioned about shimmering inks. Like, are there specific inks that you're using now that made you like go back to shimmer inks?
I'm still using Golden Barrel. Still
Mm.
using Golden Barrel, and I have my sights on Vintas Lakambini, the pink one
Mm.
with gold shimmer, but I'm still waiting for a specific pen to put that in. So there's that. New pens on the horizon. I won't jinx it. You will just see it on the feed. It's a grail. It's a grail-ish. It's a grail-ish.
Oh
I
my. Do
already
I
told this to you. I already told this to you. It's like my April monies, so set aside. Even if it isn't here yet, it's already set aside for that. So you guys are gonna see it on the feed. I've wanted this pen since, let's just say, since before I got my Leonardo. There. Okay. So like do the math, guys. Um Other things you want to talk about. I don't know, like, guys, we need to hear you out. What do you want from us?
what do you want from us? Oh yeah, speaking of like you've mentioned about something that's coming, I've also ordered something that's going to arrive in April. Yeah. It's a new pen. It's not Grail worthy, but I don't know. It's
Sexy.
just I just fell in love with it. Like I was like thinking about it for like 2 weeks. You know that feeling like you see a pen and you're like, oh no, I don't need it, and then you keep on looking at it, and then it's been sold already, and you're like, then at the last minute you're like, oh, is this still available? And they're like, oh no, sorry, that was sold like 2 weeks ago. Like, where the hell are you from? Were you under a rock?
I get this feeling. That's true. And then you just missed it because of serendipity. Yeah.
Yeah, but so there. That's coming in April. I will not jinx it also, but I will share with you guys what that pen is about and also the planner system that I'll be using for 2022 for work. That's also another thing that like I don't even know if people have been using that, but
What is this?
this is a new planning system. This is like a new planning system. This
Is
is
this a new
not
episode? Is this our April episode?
that's gonna be our April episode. April Fool. Planning
Notice, guys,
system.
we have no plans yet.
I'm just kidding. No, no, seriously though. Like I'm going to try this out. So I think that my experience there will like I don't know will help people like see the value of this specific brand maybe because it's not super popular I think in the Philippines but in other countries people buy it. Yeah, so you'll just find out what it is. Look at
Tell
Jika's
me
face.
after the recording, I hate you.
Okay, yes I will.
Or it could be your mini episode, or it could be our next episode. And speaking of next episodes, who do you think we gotta interview in the next year? Like no holds barred. Like think of whoever you want to talk about, no matter how difficult it might be for us to talk to them.
Yeah, and also maybe tell us what you want more about, like what are the things we've talked about that you enjoyed and which ones do you think we need to lessen like talking about. Do you hate it when we talk about our noob discoveries or like
If
do
I
you
add
like
a jingle to Noob Discoveries, will you like it more?
tell us what you guys want because you know at the end of the day we also want to hear from you. Like I'm sure that our podcast is a work in progress. We've done things that people found very interesting. We also I don't know said things or focus on things that people found boring, which is perfectly fine. That's the whole process of you know doing this podcast. But just let us know what you want. But as of the time being, we would like to stick on our ethos that we're not for really for like focusing on like products or like
Yeah.
you know new businesses because we do respect that there are other podcasts that are already doing that. Um, being noobs, also we don't want to feel like we're authorities when it comes to that, and so we respect those who actually do
Yeah.
those kinds of podcasts. So we will be talking about journeys still, stationaries, but do let us know what else you'd like to hear from us. What are the things that you found insightful, and maybe we can gain more insights from those.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to direct the bigger question to you, Ryan. And it's really, let's do fast talk right now. As if it were drinking.
Oh
Fast
gosh,
talk. Okay, fast talk. So fast talk is essentially, I don't know, is this a universal game, right?
I think so. Well, I think it's more Filipino, something related to Boya Bunda.
Yeah, thank you, Boya.
But
But essentially, it's like you ask a question, a yes or a no, or like a number of choices, or like just an immediate question that's easily answerable within a few seconds. And then the prompts are are like asked one after the other. Okay, I have no list. So I'm going
is
off
it
the top of my brain. Okay, and
is
I
this
think
the
what?
episode?
This is also like our like year-end planning.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
So, first question. Who do you want to interview?
I want to interview Micah, Micah Robles.
Oh, okay. Hi, Micah Robles. Hi, hope you're listening to us. Oh gosh. Pass up. Number two, Ink of the Year, 2021 to 2022.
Ink of the year. Ink of the year. Um, the Atremendous Document Black.
Is it your
Basic.
most used ink?
Basic.
Oh god, really? Is that the one you most used this year?
Yes, like 5 of my pens are inked with diatramentis. I get some people like, why are you using the archival document ink? Or yeah, sorry, my vocabulary, they're kind of different. But like, why are you using that kind of ink, permanent ink on your fountain pens? Yes, I do. I'm risk taker. Yeah, because I flush them also regularly, and I finish up the ink when it's filled up. Like a pen is filled up, I finish it up. So there.
At least. Okay. Pen of the year, 21 to 22.
Pen of the year. Oh my goodness. Pen of the year. Pilot Custom 823. So basic. Also, no, I'm
Color.
just kidding.
Which color? Which color?
Number one.
Oh, okay. It's still the amber one. All right. Are you getting a smoke gray? That's not part of the fast look.
Maybe in 2023.
Okay. Notebook of the year. Or like paper thing of the year.
Book of the year. Oh my gosh. This is so difficult. This is so difficult, but but my favorite route right now is my child.
Oh, passport size T, and that says, what does it say? 2022?
2022. Yes, 2022.
All right, guys. Another question that I do want to ask is, which one is your favorite episode of ours? Even if you don't know the correct title, it's okay.
Oh my gosh, which episode? Favorite? The one when we did economic stuff, like we talked
Oh my
about
God,
the
same.
big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what?
I
We
really
talked
like
about
the big one as well. And I think our listeners kind of liked it too. So like think pieces like that. Like, are we like nerd writer now?
well, maybe I think people like it when we try to nerd around, like, oh, the deconstructing the ethical constraints in producing ink. I don't know. Bullshit.
Actually, I saw a recent article about like millennials and Gen Zers over the course of the pandemic are realizing that work doesn't make them it doesn't equate to their worth. Like you don't have to have a fun job. You just have to have a job so that you can enjoy the rest of life. So I'm gonna do more research on that. Okay, next question. The episode you dislike the most. Be honest.
The first one. I mean, my ex and I broke up because of that first episode. Oops.
Did not know this. Juicy. Of course you can. I can't ask you, but yeah, I respect your boundaries. But man, I had no idea.
Yeah, like we broke up because of that first episode. Because like he was like he was like they were like, I'm gonna give you feedback about your episode. Like I'm not asking, but here it is. Here's the feedback. And then I was like, oh, I didn't ask for it.
Did you just
See?
get mansplained over episode 1?
Yes, I did get mansplained. Oh, yeah, for episode 1. And that kind of had an emotional toll, a mental toll on me. It took a mental toll on me, but yeah, all good. So there, that's the juicy anniversary gossip tea.
Oh my god, I don't. My brain went blank. I know I had another fast talk question and then it disappeared because wow, 10 Noobs has had an impact.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I need to wait. I need to come up with another question. Oh, okay. Last question. All right. The last question is of your journal types or your planner types, which one is your favorite?
Journal types, planner types. Well, actually, you know what? I just realized that, well, I enjoy the Hobonichi English
Mm-hmm.
A6. Um, I also like the take a note, but I like the wrinkly paper. It's so weird. I like the wrinkly paper for okay. Here's the weird thing. Okay, I have more nuances with all of this, paper. I like wrinkly paper for journal, the Tomo River paper. I like Midori paper for the planner.
Oh,
Like,
why?
structured hard paper planners.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Wrinkly, I don't know, wrinkly paper that feels like it will show some signs of aging is more journal. Weird, like
I
I
get
don't know.
it. This seems very literary. It's like I bet Jane Austen would use the Moe River paper and keep it crinkly.
While I don't know who's like really obsessive about their like Midori planner or their, but I get it. Like clean and structured equals planner. Wrinkly can take a lot of ink and battering and expression equals journal. Make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
I have no answers to the same questions I asked. Seriously, they're off the top of my head. Thank you, Wine.
Gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you questions this time around, fast talk, fast talk, fast talk. But I'll try my best to avoid the kinds of questions that you've asked so that you won't see it coming.
Oh no, let's do this. I'm ready.
Okay. Um, okay, fast talk. First one. What's your favorite pen for 2021, 2022?
Oh my gosh, it's my recent. It's the Noobs. River City Pen Company. Oh my god, I forgot the model name. I put it I put it in our feed. But it's the one that looks like coffee because every day I have coffee and it matches the swirl. Amen. Easy.
Okay, you've asked about my favorite ink. I'll ask you about the worst ink that you own.
Oh my god. Why you put me on the spot, man? You know that it's still Apache Sunset.
Apache Sunset.
It's legit Apache Sunset, guys. Sorry, don't hate. It's really, again, if you go back to the episode where I say that I think it's a humidity problem, it's Apache Sunset and a lot of Noodler's inks because they don't dry well. So, sorry.
Okay, this is a juicy question. Like, what's one thing you hate? What's one trend you don't like in journaling?
Oh my God, why do I get the negative questions? Wait, I'm not yet ready. What do I? Oh my, guys, you're gonna hate me because I'm a hypocrite. Like, I can't thick planner. I can't thick journal for myself. Like maybe that's why I stopped halfway through my Hobonichi because I was realizing that it was too thick and it was too much of a hassle. Like it's pretty, but like how do you write on the left side when the left side is like 3 inches thick and then the right side's 1 inch thick? Like I don't know how practical it is. That's why I get kind of obsessive and pissed off when it gets to that certain level of thickness. There's no hate because I know other people like really enjoy that and they're really proud, like, oh my God, it's thick now, or like, ooh, memories. But for me, I'm trying to minimize that. And that's why I gotta take a note this year.
Ring bind or the well, okay, loading. Okay, but yeah.
Last one,
Ring bind planners or those like the traveler's notebook wherein you put inserts.
ring bound all the way. I send this to you. Like someone's selling. I'm sorry, I'm so cliched. Someone's selling the Louis Vuitton. Someone's selling the Louis Vuitton 6 ring or 5 ring planners, and I really want to take the plunge into that territory because I actually started out with a ring bound journal because like you can just arrange the pages and that'll really jazz up your planner. And then if you're having a difficult time with the rings, you can just take out the page and then put it back in. So for someone who likes things modular, or maybe if you want to save space, um, like instead of collecting notebooks, collect the pages instead and then like sew them up together because you're crafty, go for the ring bound. Why do I have these ones? I'm sorry, so many explanations.
Okay, best purchase in 2021, 2022.
Best purchase, leather.
Like the
Oh,
raw, like
yeah,
leather.
all the leather stuff that I've been getting, like more than the pens, I feel. Because, like, I think 2021 to 2022 was the year where I realized that journaling is not cutting it. Because you have to wallow sometimes. Or maybe I'm just the type of person where, like, I'm writing and then while I'm writing, I'm crying and then the ink isn't waterproof and like, it doesn't work that way. Or like, oh, I really don't want to go back to this page of the journal and then see how bad that day went. So I'm like, the leather crafting is still pen related. By the way, I'm gonna start selling very soon, mid-April. Watch out for it, capsule collections. But yeah, it empties the mind. It's a mindfulness exercise that still gives me so much joy because I know that I give it out to friends. I use it on my planners. Like it still supplements and enhances the experience. Tactically, tactile. root word, and like it smells great. So like you're stimulated in so many ways through the leather. What, Ryan? Again.
Worst purchase.
Oh my god, I have a worst purchase. You guys are gonna hate me for it. I was squeeing so hard about this. The Moonman Q1.
Oh, you have that.
I got it, yeah. And guess what? I haven't uninked it since I got it.
Wait. How come you? Why is it your worst purchase?
Because I can't write with it because it's so fat.
Oh, it's fatter than the whatchamacallit? The
Cheap.
oh,
And it's hard. Like I don't know. It's really like you have to post it, but I'm not a poster. I'm not a cat poster. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling. It's not secure. And like if I could get a sailor nib on this, like Jacob sells and like Food of Fan sells, yeah, maybe. But I still don't have the cash. But right now, worst fountain pen purchase, which is proof that maybe when you can afford it, don't go for the pen that's pangtawid. That's just there to get you by, which is this one.
yeah, that's what happened. No, I do know that there are a couple of people who appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just too fat for my hands.
yeah, that's perfectly fine. If you had to sell all of your stuff and keep one thing, what stationary product would that be?
You know it's the most expensive pen, mainly because it's the most expensive pen. It's the Pilot Custom Urushi Vermilion. I can't really answer any other way because I will lose money, right? I will lose money if I, yeah. So
If, okay, if you were to upgrade your pilot Urushi, what would be the next upgrade?
Pilot Custom Urushi Velvet Limited Edition Maruzen, yes, which I've been trying to get you to buy.
Yeah, I know, but it's so expensive, and I could imagine that if it reaches here, custom fees will be.
Oh
Yeah,
crap! You can't underdeclare that stuff.
that's true. Because yeah. Anyways, next question would be, um, oh no, I already know about your grid dot and
Yeah,
line.
you already know this stuff. I think you already asked the exact same number of questions I did, or like you can ask another one if ever.
Mm,
Have you asked anything about journals yet?
at some point, yeah. Mm, okay. If you were to like redo an episode, like what episode would that be?
I know we have one, but I don't remember. I don't remember it. Maybe that's why. It's a fairly recent episode. I'm pretty sure of it. Wait, let me check. Because we haven't been posting. I'm not really sure which episode that was. Maybe breakup season.
Oh, yeah, I
Or
place you.
do you agree? Do you agree?
It's well, it's okay. Well, for me, you know what I remember? Well, the episode I disliked the most was the first one. But honestly, the episode right now was like just flying. I'm like, hi, I'm here, but I'm like lost right now. When we did the
The tarot card one of Eunice, is that one? Yeah.
well, first I was in quarantine, so I'm like just lost. And like, you know, my hair, like guys, I'm not gonna deny. I just woke up that time. Like she was like, oh my god, we're doing the episode. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I was in quarantine in a hotel there. So
Sorry. But
it
yeah,
was
in fairness kay Ryan, solidarity, strong, friendship, my pen wife and my pen not husband together in one place.
oh wow, it was so funny. Yeah, I remember like because I saw that episode like last week and I was like, what on earth? My hair. It's so obvious I just woke up.
It's fine.
It's fine. There are episodes though, like I just don't want to edit them. They're really difficult like episodes to edit with like laggy internet, dead air, or like if you gotta trim time. Like guys, trimming 5 minutes from an episode is hell on earth. Don't do it. Don't start a podcast and then like delete stuff later. But yeah, it's difficult stuff. But yeah, I think we're quits on the fast talk
Okay.
questions now.
I'm sure.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how long this episode is.
I guess we gotta trim it.
we,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's really it. And actually, I think that's a pretty good way to close things. Am I right? Am I right? Cheers. This is red wine with honey citron. Try it, guys, and a bit of Sprite. Good stuff.
This is Horoi peach.
Yummy stuff also. Thank you, Japan, for the blessings that you give. Other than fountain pens and stationery and greatest paper on earth, you too give us that thing. Strong zero.
Beverages, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Okay, getting right down to business. Hi, guys. Honestly, we just want to thank you for hanging out with us for the past year. Hopefully, I get this episode out before March 30 ends. But also, we were serious a while ago when we asked you guys, what do you want? And it's really because I think we are graduating from the stage where we just talk about the stuff that we want. Obviously,
Yeah.
guys. We're growing up. We're not children anymore that need the teeth. All right. So hit us up on Instagram about content that you recommend that we cover, guests that you recommend that we invite, because this coming year, it's not that things are lighter for Ryan and I, it's more that they're different for both of us. And we are so excited to have time, okay, that we might have a greater handle of in
Yeah.
year 2022 to 2023. All right. So season 2 is upcoming. Other than that, giveaway details. Yay! Okay.
Yeah.
Giveaway details are really simple. Giving away the kulay rosas ang bukas 2 pen case prototype. So one thing that you gotta do is there will be a post on Instagram, of course, for the giveaway, and all you really gotta do is mention your favorite episode and why you liked it. Oh, diba? So that's really it over the past year, and we'll pick a winner from that. Hopefully, when do we do that?
April.
Okay, we'll do it in April. Let's give it a month. Let's give it a month. Maybe I'll make another pen case and like throw something in. But for now, it's the singular pen case that we want to give away for our anniversary and in solidarity with, the Kakampinks. And, just so that if we take a stand for Ukraine, we're also taking a stand for elections this season. So maybe something to look forward to as well. That's it for me. What about you, Ryan, to close things off in this anime episode?
Well, I hope you guys would support Jika's giveaway. And we also have a couple of exciting new stuff coming the next few months. We're excited. And do let us know like what are the things you'd like to, for us to produce. And we also have new and exciting stuff as well lined up. We are super grateful for for the audience that we do have. We never really thought about having an audience to begin with. We're just like, well, let's just do this. But now we have friends. More than an audience, really. It's really we have friends. And I think that's the most important thing that we gained from this podcast. More than having a lot of followers or like subscribers, it's not really the goal, but enriching the whole experience that we have with stationaries through friends. And that's really beautiful, really empowering. And it really keeps us, loving what we enjoy the most, which is stationaries, fountain pens, and everything else. So thanks everyone for a wonderful year. We look forward to another one, and hopefully another one, and another one, and we'll continually grow with you guys in the process. So there you have it.
That's it. He's gonna now do the closing thing. Thanks for another
Episode of Pen.
No. Bye guys. Thank you.